Welcome to the Sacred Commerce series. This is the first of 10 episodes where we share with you the concept of sacred commerce, the stories of the merchant priesthood of old Egypt who practiced it, the skill of emotional alchemy that they have mastered in their pursuit of beauty, goodness, and truth, their hero's journey. For many years, when people hear me talk about the merchant priesthood or sacred commerce, they say sacred commerce. Somehow those two words do not match together. They don't go together, sacred and commerce. Are you blind, Ayman? Can't you see what commerce did to our world, to what happened to what they've done to nature, to the environment, to wars around the world, and so on? Can't you see the greed in all that lack of spirituality that we caused out of business? And I say, yes, I was blind for many years, until a trip to Egypt on my honeymoon with Rowan. And we were on a tour with our friend Kevin Ryerson, who was leading a tour. And at the temple of Philae, the temple of Isis, we came down from the boat and following Kevin and the group to the temple. And Rowan stopped to change the film in her camera. And two Egyptian guides came to us. We thought they were just about to sell us souvenirs and postcards. And they asked us to give them the camera to take our picture, me and Rowan, in front of a stone or statue. And first we said, thank you, no, we are too busy. But they insisted, they persisted, and speaking Arabic very fluently, I asked them to leave us alone, and we don't have any money. They insisted that they didn't need our money. They really wanted to take our picture in front of that stone or that statue. So just to finish from them and to oblige, we accepted, and they took our camera. And I was really scared that they would steal it and run away with it. But literally, they took our picture and they gave us our camera back. So we just moved on and just reaching the group. And Kevin asked us, why were you late? What happened? So we shared with him the story with those two Egyptian guides and how they took our picture. And he said, well, what stone was that? And we showed him the statue or the stone. And he smiled, knowing that we are business people and entrepreneurs. And he said, do you know who this is? Who's that statue on there? And we said, no. He said, this is God Bes. This is the god of commerce of all Egypt. This is the patron god of the merchant priesthood. Now, when he said the word merchant priesthood, me and Rowan looked at each other in the eyes and, kind of what? Like we got shocked by an electrical current, or even better, a spiritual current, as if you remembered something from the past. And somehow the idea that there's a god of commerce, that means there must be a priesthood about commerce, there's temples about commerce, that commerce was really a spiritual activity or a sacred activity, was extremely exciting to us. Our life has never been the same along the way. Chauvinism hit the fan, as they say, 2,000 years ago, and it ripped out the sacred and the feminine out of commerce. Commerce became unconscious exchange of goods and services that we experience today. And it took almost 2,000 years until very recently, where commerce coming back again, becoming more and more conscious. Thanks to the rise of what they call the cultural creative or the green movement, the rise of the conscious consumer started demanding awareness and consciousness in their product and services. Thus, lots of business people jumped on the bandwagon and catered for this new market segment. Very quickly, that energy of awareness and consciousness started to percolate in the management styles of those corporations. Now, in their board meeting, they talk about triple bottom line, not only the return to the investment, but the return to the planet and the return to the people who created the success and the business in the first place. Sacred commerce is the evolution of conscious commerce. It's taking back conscience from sacred to unconscious to conscience, and in years to come, we will be exploring commerce as a sacred practice. It's the evolution of conscious commerce into the commerce of you, the commerce of you between you and your higher self, between you and God, as manifested by all the people we work with in our business activity, our banker, our customers, our vendors, and so on. It is the commerce of our thoughts and our feelings, our beliefs, and our energies. It's about it's about the why we do business, not the what, the bottom line, and not even the means, the how that the conscious business talks about. But it's about why I'm doing this in the first place. Does it make me more loving, more generous, more abundant, more prosperous, more understanding, more beautiful, more at peace with myself, more happy? The pursuit of happiness, one of the most important rights in the Constitution. That is what sacred commerce about, is do those business activity, is my commerce activity, is it aligned with my destiny? Is it aligned, does it get me closer to God? Do I feel more the sacred in me? Does it create that enchantment? Does it create that love and that beauty in it, that are the component of the sacred? That is what sacred commerce, and that is where the fourth bottom line comes into play. And the fourth bottom line is the return to self, or spirituality, that unique and partnership and relationship with God. God is all that is.